Guys, so a little bit annoyed on this one. Um, I got knocked out of my initial trade position. You know this was gonna go higher. Ugh. I knew this was gonna go higher, right? Um, if you look at it, I got in here, came down, boom, just knocked me out. And I got right back into here. It was in around here, and honestly, what it really hit was a 5 second breaker. I really should put my stop loss below that. Look closer. There's this little. I'll consider this a breaker right here, up close candle. I don't think it traded below that. So I really should put my stop loss below here. But it's all good. I think we could, if we get some momentum, I think we can see us gravitate towards these equal highs. But if it just breaks down, let's just see on the 1 second chart how this looks for a second before we get to 9:30 opening. You kind of see this area was a previous area of distribution. So price traded above it, use that support. Honestly, I should put my stop loss at least below here. But it is what it is. So I got knocked in my initial position. But King Crawford, spilled milk, we're still looking good. Hey, Colossus, what you doing over there, buddy? Go from them blinds. But yeah, I got in here. Also, hit this fair value gap. And I put my stop loss below this consolidation. But I really should have moved it below here because, I mean, just like what, 5 more points? Is what it is, though. Let's get back to the 10-second chart. At this point, I don't want to see price trade back below. If it does, it can wick in here. By ideal, I don't want to see trade back in here. And if it does do it, it could wick in here. Starts closing, I'm just gonna. It wouldn't be a good sign. So I do want to see if we can find some momentum higher to these highs. We already ran our previous day's lows. So that's why I'm expecting some momentum higher. I feel very solid about these highs. I think we can get them, but obviously 9 minutes for 8:30 open, 9:30 opening. I'll feel even more solid if we were to trade above this shaded orange area because it's a previous 15-minute fair value gap. And I might just close my trade out before it hits those highs, just because if the market moves towards that area, the momentum alone will give me enough to pass my other 150K challenge. And I'll show you guys that if we are to get that challenge passed today. And that also gives you the logic behind the trade. I'll give you just a little bit of it, but I'll give you a little bit more logic behind the trade, and why I took it. But let's just see if I can even get this to this finish line, which is above those highs. So one thing I like to look at, if you look at your charts, I try to envision ahead of time where fair value gaps might form. So if you look at your 1 hour chart, that's 40 minutes until that candle closes. If that forms a 1 hour fair value gap, bearish fair value gap, if you want to call it that, then we want to be cautious if price trades up in there, meaning after this hour candle closes, the next hour candle opens. If price trades higher into that fair value gap, that could cause price to drop. So I kind of just try to think like ahead of time, like, okay, as candles are formulating, will this candle create a fair value gap? And if it does, then what does that mean for my expectations on price and what I'm trading? I have to shift the expectation for that because I don't like to fight high time frame levels. Even right now, we're about to go into the battle of there's a 15-minute fair value gap. If prices move a little higher into, let's just call it 20,525, will be in a 15-minute fair value gap. And the question is, does it have enough momentum to push higher, or will that cause some type of resistance? So I'd say, like, depending on how tides shift or where fair value gaps form, I might decide to then close out more of my position, just because it's not wise to fight high time frame levels unless you really know what you're doing. But oftentimes that's when more of your headaches will come. You're better off buying lower and then enjoying the ride higher into a higher time frame PDA rate. It makes it smoother. You try to buy, let's just say there's a bearish fair value gap, and you try to buy within that. Like, let's just say you're on a 1 minute chart, you see a nice buy, but it's within a bearish 15-minute fair value gap. It's going to be more choppy, in my opinion, than versus you bought below that fair value gap, the price trades into it. And it gives you enough room for the price to, like, at least move towards the target. And then you can then decide, okay, how much momentum does this trade have? Is it going to continue higher based off the momentum I'm seeing? Does that make sense? Hit that fair value gap in a second. Four minutes until market open. It's going to be an interesting open. Let's just see where we are from regular trading hour perspective, how this looks. So regular trading hours will close here. It's the red for a second. So we closed yesterday. So we're in all the way down. So price, think about it. Price went all the way down here. This is where we got in. So now this is where price closed yesterday. So we're going to see if price wants to find its way higher to 20,634. So at least maybe closing that gap. Because right now it's at 20,513. So it's all the way down here still. So the question is, does price have momentum to push higher, or is it going to go straight ahead and target these lows? And from a regular trend perspective, these lows are still in place. expand this by itself. Yeah. So it's gonna gap lower and open around 20,000. Let's call it 500. So down here. The question now becomes: does it have momentum to just go keep going lower, or is it going to first of all run higher, take out those that are selling this? 15-minute chart, yeah. I mean, I think if it breaks down lower, where it opens might give traders the impression it's going to just keep dropping lower. But I think, at least what I feel, it's going to drop lower and it might be retracing. Traders might want to short that to go lower. Price continue dropping lower, and instead it's going to upset those that are already short here and take them out. That's going to be my expectations. Then we'll see if we want to fill in this gap in price right here, which is the new week opening. Well, it's not a new week opening gap. This is a new day opening gap. So I need more to sell here. This operates here. 9:30 opening. 1 second. Okay. It's 9:30 opening price. See, this just wants to keep pushing. Okay, let's see if it wants to fill in. So that red area is where it closed yesterday. It's also highs here. Let's just see if it wants to push higher with momentum to that level. That looks on the regular trading hours. So gap lower. Let's do these lows right here. Let's focus. All right, guys. Let's see if I can pass this challenge today. I'll make this one small like this. So I'm really gonna start peeling off here. Now,
Orders filled.
all right. So I already took half off my position.
Order filled.
Oh, okay. So you see how we're in this 15-minute fair value gap? So this could be a little battle back and forth in here. We'll see if momentum wants to push us higher or not. I'm gonna go back to the 5-minute chart. That's where I want to be. I do like how we ran above this shaded gray area. This is a previous 5-minute fair value gap. At this point, ideally, I would like to see this down close candle here, act as an order block to propel price higher. That's ideal. Here. Again, look at that 5-minute chart to your left. Again, outline that as order blocks. That's why I want to see propel price higher into liquidity pool above at 50,623. That's ideal. If the challenge gets passed, meaning we get to 159,000 here on my account balance to bottom right, then I'll just close out the trade and we'll keep watching, see if price keeps making some higher. Look at this right here, 10-second chart. Ideally, I want to see this down for candle. Colossal, go home. Hey, buddy, go home. Stop. I ain't talking. Go home. Go home. Now. Go home. Dog stuff. Okay. Sorry, back. So ideally, I want to see this down towards candle on 10-second chart now. I want to see if that can act as an order block. See that beautiful? I'm calling this thing. I'm calling this out beforehand, guys. You're seeing the magic. So ideally, the body's where you want to see more sensitivity, but you see how push into there and press higher. Calling all this beforehand. See the 5-minute order block acting as expected. Let's see if we can make it higher high. Hasn't quite done it yet, but let's just see if we get that push or not. Notice also rejecting a new week opening gap high, so this could just look at sensitivity here. If we're gonna see a major push, we want to see price aggressively push away from this new week opening gap high and not sit around it like resistance. There we go. Keep my hand on the trigger there. Just made a higher high there. See, still dancing around that new week opening gap high. I want to see a push away from it. So that 10-second order block is ready to fulfill this job. At this point, if price was to be stubborn, it can go below it, but I don't care to see that happen. It won't change the fact that the 5-minute order block on our chart is still acting as an order block. That's push price higher. Again, ideally, those highs at 26.23 are the target. Again, we're still dancing around that new week opening gap high. We see some momentum here. I like how the 5-minute closed on it. That shows me signs it's probably going to push higher. The strong candle that closed right on the 5-minute chart to your left. I like how the last candle closed bullish like that. To me, that's a strong close. I want to see the next candle then keep going here. So more likely, the challenge is going to be passed today, guys. There we go. Close enough. Is that it? That's my mouse. Now,
Orders filled.
on the money, guys. If you liking this, again, subscribe to the channel, man. Subscribe to the channel. Now we're gonna push. Let's see if price can push higher to those highs. This is a 10-second chart. Calling to a T. Let's put in that work. That's all I do. Did you guys enjoy that one? I'm gonna break down the trade, but at this moment, let's just see if we can get all the way up here. And honestly speaking, we're likely to go all the way above these highs. So if that wasn't a challenge account, then that would have been a nice trade from all the way down here to ideally, again, I think these highs are going to get targeted. That's like a 200-point run. First of all, let's just see if we can even get this target here. That's questionable. Hope you're enjoying this one. Again, go watch my last 5, 6, 7, 8 videos of me calling everything live. 100% winning streak. 100%. All day, every day. So that's another challenge passed, guys. So yesterday I passed 250K in top step funded challenges. Then I just passed another 150K. So that's what 400K top step funding. Great. Something could be in the works here that I don't like. Is it in this one too? Sell to by market.
Order filled.
Look at your 1-hour chart. That could be acting as an order block now. Let's go to 1 hour chart for a second. So, one, notice how we didn't leave a fair value gap, so that's good. Two, I'm watching this one to act as order block, or this price, this 1 hour candle close strongly against it. I think it will. And if it does, it's likely to, again, run up against these highs. To me, these highs are the target. Easily. Easy peasy. 10-second chart. Calling the trades, man. Look at this. See, there's a bigger, the reason I look at this 10-second chart is a bigger market maker buy model in place. At least that's what I saw this morning. So if you look at this from this perspective, right? We had this drop from here. Da 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 da. And we start going higher. Da 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 da. So where's price likely to go? To these highs. All the way up here. That at minimum is where we should hit. Up here. Because again, I mean, you can see this buy model. You see when it drops in price, then we start going higher. Remember how I told you guys in my last couple streams, like you want to see some type of structure in price and it goes higher. And we're seeing that beautiful structure. I'm really still mad about this one here. I won't lie to you guys. Getting knocked out here. Look at my execution. Getting knocked out there was sort of annoying. Not even sort of, because I'll be real. So on my funded accounts, I put in one regular contract. Okay. And I got knocked out. Lost $300, then end up putting in 3 contracts on 3 minis. And I'm still enjoying this ride. I'm gonna show you for a second so you can see what I'm saying. It is kind of, I would have been, it would have been a good day, put it that way. So, this account is what I'm saying. So again, I got knocked out. Wait, where's yeah? So I entered here on this mini, but that's not before. If you look at a regular Nasdaq contract, yeah, I got knocked out right there, dude. So if I didn't get knocked out, I'm kind of mad about that. I've been riding this wave up, and this would have been already almost 170 point move. So it's quite annoying. And I had that on 2 because I'm copying trading, so and on both of these accounts. So I've really been looking nice on day 1 of these funded accounts. But unfortunately, it stopped my shine. So I guess perhaps you can just keep an eye on this account here, maybe. Just keep it like that. No, I don't really care. Let's keep it on the account we pass. All right. So again, remember guys, this to me is a market maker buy model. So these highs is where my eyes are, right here. This is on the 10-second chart. Oh, that's an aggressive move right there. Long time frame. See. The way this looks right now, it could drop all the way down here. So right on C. Let's see this order block and hold off price. Don't feel as confident in that order block right now, but let's just see. I'm more confident in the fact that this shade of orange here is a 15-minute fair value gap. I guess we got this order block. So let's just see. I don't want to see this act as a fair value gap. If it does, it could push price lower. So ideally, price just run back above this. If it does, I'm going to go higher. Virgin fair value gap just be neglected overall. Keep in mind, what we've done now is just run liquidity. I wouldn't be trying to chase this short or anything.
Order
Still have this, in my mind, buy models complete size right here. If you look at it from a 30-second perspective now, let's draw this out on a bigger time frame for a second. Well, scale this out. So, if you look at the 30-second chart, see this fair value gap right here. All price did, it was trade into that, and now it's pushing higher. So the question is again, are we gonna get to these highs? Another thing we did, we ran out this low. For those that are trying to stop loss aggressively, this low got ran out. This low got ran out. We're also trading down back into this orange shaded area is a 50-minute fair value gap. If you look on your 50-minute chart, we already overlapped that. Let's look at that for a second. So ideally, as much as candles press it back in here, I want to see price get absorbed with buys and then push us higher. That's my expectation. So we're just tape reading, trying to see if price will make a move higher. That's what I'm looking at. I wouldn't be trying to sell this, put it that way. Probably these highs are too smooth right here. Again, already took out. This 5-minute chart on its own, right? Already took out yesterday's lows and previous day's lows over here. So at this point, liquidity mirror is actually all the way above here. But at a minimum, I want to see if we get a move up here. All right. we do, let's just call it from this order block all the way up here. That's a 100-point move. Like that. Actually, here, it's a whole nother ball game. Let's see from this order block if we do. All the way up here. 180-point move. Let's see if we get it. A lot of dancing around here. So a lot of dancing around. I don't like these equal lows right here. See that getting stacked. I'm sure I want to see this deliver lower. This doesn't deliver lower, then I wouldn't want to be short. So you see this everything that would have to me, this should have given a drop. Well, let's just see. We still have this little order block in here. At least a drop to below these lows here. If I was shorting this, that's all I like to see get delivered. Looks like this is about to give up. We had an SMT down here, meaning these lows were taken on Nasdaq, but not on S&P 500. So to me, that's showing bullish momentum higher. These highs up here probably gonna get hit. Let me just take one of my trade executions. This one doesn't matter. You'll see that wants to act as an divergent fair value gap to propel price higher. And those highs are in jeopardy. So it looks like that 30-second fair value gap is acting as an inversion now. I don't want to see it push from here. Shouldn't want to dance back anymore. I think it's done damage already. Now it should just push higher. Maybe perhaps treat these last two down close candles as an order block right here. I'll look at this as an order block and see if that wants to push price higher. So and do me a favor, if you're watching, look at a 15-minute chart. Remember how I told you, whenever we're in like a high time frame level, price will struggle there. It's we're in a 15-minute fair value gap. That's what is causing all this back and forth. But you see, it's not really picking up any momentum to go lower. As much as in the area, every momentum wants to use to go lower, we're seeing some pushes higher. There's also liquidity still resting above. So looking at a 15-minute chart alone, where will liquidity rest? You think they're going to drive price all the way lower? They can, but like, where's nearest liquidity pool? It's sitting at 20,623. So ideally, they should run above that. Even on a 1-hour chart. Right? Like, where's the nearest liquidity pool? Where's the next bus stop? It's probably at the swing highs at 20,623. Are they gonna run it all the way lower and take out liquidity? I don't know about that. It's not ideal because I think people that are already bullish already peeled off profits like I have. So yes, there'll be liquidity resting there, but it's people that are hoping it's going to go shorter. And there's a lot of liquidity resting at 20,623, and then even some more at 20,700. So if I was them, I would jam this stuff higher. You want to think like, where is the nearest liquidity pool? Where's the nearest bus stop? You already went to the other bus stop on the south side. Now it's going to the north side. Even though with all the dancing around, you want to focus on what bus stop did it just leave from, and then what bus stop is it going to. In that case, we're talking about liquidity pools. So already ran out the south side liquidity pool. Now it's probably gonna go for the north side liquidity pool. What would be the barrier? A 15-minute fair value gap in the way could stop it from just going straight to there, but doesn't mean it's gonna fully stop it. It could just cause some type of disruption, a little back and forth, like traffic jam. And in my mind, you know, this is how I think. I'm not saying this is factual, but when the smart money knows it's gonna go bullish, they accumulate within those fair value gaps that should ideally stop price. What's really going on is accumulation is taking place to continue to move higher because they already know where price is going to go. So if you just tuned in, I don't know, the one person watching it all, but you know, I took a trade that had passed my funded step challenge. Now we're just what's the word called? We're just watching charts. We're just tape reading now. Just watching how the market's operating. Seeing if we're gonna get that push higher to 20,623. I'm already out of my trades on my debt on my funded account. So all challenges passed. On the past 2 days, I've passed in total 400K in top step funded challenges. I just passed 150K one today. That's why you see 159,000 below, because that's showing you that past challenge. And you can see the profit for the day on this was 1,700. So now we're just watching. And I will explain my entries later. I just want to see if we can get a push above here or not. It really feels good to reprice and see everything play out as you're expecting. I'm just gonna be quiet, sit back and watch how this plays out. It's an interesting study. Look at the reaction you saw at that 30-second fair value gap. And the highlighted order block. Notice you didn't go below those lows. Again, those highs are a target. Imagine 30-second chart was a daily chart. Like, just because it's a 30-second chart does not mean it doesn't act like every other chart. To a degree, if you look at this chart, like it's a daily chart, where do you think price is likely to go? Higher or lower from here? Probably higher. Can it go lower? Yes. But more, the higher probability is higher. It's probably gonna push aggressively too. Watch it push aggressively to 20,623. That's what we want to see. Okay. So let's go a little bit lower now. I don't like that close outside that fair value gap. Fair value gap. That could drive price a little bit lower. Draw correctly. So boom. So still in the area. Look closer to volume imbalance right here. See that right there? So I want to get that volume imbalance as well. So this scan is low. You want to incorporate the volume imbalance too. I want to draw out this fair value gap. So still respecting it. Didn't respect this order block here though. It is back and forth area, just accumulation taking place. Accumulating push higher. All right, now let's get that push here. If you don't get this push, it just looks like it's right for the push. If you don't get it, it doesn't matter. The point is, it looks like it's right to go higher now. It's already done a lot of damage. With this run lower, boom, take out its liquidity pool, but still respecting this inversion fair value gap. At this point, it needs to just push higher. No reason not to. You know, if people that are short here, all right, if you're selling this market, if you're trying to sell this, stop loss is going to be, some might put it above here if they're bold, and some put it right here. I think most have it right here. So to me, it doesn't make any sense. If they're going to run this high right here, they should run this as well. Because most will have the stop loss right here, and then some might even move it up here. So we're going to mark up both. I think we're going to attack all of them. See what the dollar's been for a second. The dollar's pushing high. You know, I don't like this back and forth. It's not really. It's just stalling here. Very ugly price action, but right when we got into a 15-minute fair value gap. But we're still seeing what I'm pointing out being respected. But when it moves, it's going to explode higher because this is just a consolidation. Even within the consolidation, there's still context. So anyways, stop talking. I'll just keep watching. If anything happens that shifts the dynamics of the markets, and I'll talk about it. But my eyes are still on the bullish movement higher. We get a pop higher. See if we continue this momentum now. That's all I want to see. I don't want to see snap back. There we go. Still not done yet. 20,623 is the target. Should be in a hurry now. When it gets to 20,623, we would have completed a market maker uh, buy model that we saw from the 10-second chart to begin with. And the question is, I want to see if it's going to push aggressively against it, or if it's going to reject there. If it doesn't reject there, what we could be seeing in play, in my mind, looking at the 5-minute now, is again these highs here getting hit and potentially previous daily high. So we're talking about 20,700. But this is a number one target right here. We need to see continuous momentum. I like how this fair value gap here offered a nice push. Wonderful. Getting value from this, like, subscribe, I'll highly appreciate it. dancing around. Still everything on the side. Those are 5-minute fair value gap to the left. It's not highlighted yet, but we need to watch how price acts in there. If it overtakes that and push above that, then 20,700 is definitely in the picture. Well, let's see if we get to 20,623 first. Go. So that's called as expected. Beautiful. Now we're gonna keep pushing. Again, people that are short will move their stop loss here. That's just the logic, right? Because I know if I was short and I didn't know what I was doing, I'm a trader. I'll say, well, I'm moving my stop loss to the next structure. So there'll be liquidity resting here as well. They're likely to rush for that as well. And then some that are in disbelief will say, well, I'm just going to put my stop loss all the way above here. And yeah, I don't know if that's a good idea either. And then their account gets blown. Again, this alone, you guys saw me call these markets. Let's call it from this move down here. Just gonna call it from here. I'll show you my entries, but it's about 160-point run. We're about to get to these highs, 230-point run. And why not? I think they're gonna run it by 200 points. You look on your daily chart, it's daily fair value gap. That's where I wanted this price goes to begin with to start the day. So don't be surprised if we wipe out previous day's highs. Again, people that are short are in disbelief are gonna move their stop loss right here, and the markets are likely to take that too. And those that still are short, like some of you might be here, the markets are probably gonna run out here. It doesn't have to, but and we just hit a new daily open gap high, so this could be enough actually. That could be it. But let's just see. Let's keep pushing against that. This would be a nice area to take something off the table right here. At a new day opening gap high. Without even taking out these highs here. Because keep in mind, we have this fair value gap here. Look on your 4-hour chart, it's a 4-hour fair value gap too. So I'd like to see this close above here to give me more stronger bias that we're going to continue going higher. start breaking down, then this could be the end of our move. Oh yeah, that's this could be end the move right here. If I'm short, I want to see this fair value gap support price lower. If it doesn't, I'm gonna keep pushing high. If I was shorting this again, I'd like to see this drop price. Def fails to drop price, which it looks like it's about to fail to do so. I'm probably gonna keep pushing higher. I will not be shorting this. I told you guys earlier, liquidity risk right here. So the question is, those that are short now, maybe they started to break down a little bit. I'm seeing the ICT, oh, market broke down, fair value gap, the entry therefore was short. And I don't think they're gonna be happy with the trade. I will still be focused on bulls. Let's see if we run up above here. And I'll get off this in like 10 minutes, guys. Again, notice how all these areas that I highlighted beforehand bring about some type of resistance. Even this new daily opening gap high, when price hits it, look at the rejection it did real quick. Again, if you look at a 4-hour chart, we are in a 4-hour fair value gap, so that could make it harder for price just keep going higher. So all the stuff I want to keep in mind. All right, you guys probably want to see something more exciting. Well, I do. Put it that way. Do I? I'll do this. No. So I'm actually in on this trade on my other account, but on the regular contract, I just have everything marked up here. Just show you guys. So I'm definitely in on this one. On the regular one. See my entries all the way down here. Okay. So this is on my funded account. But let's just go back to the one without my funds showing. Let's see. Just keep watching this one. Just gotta have everything marked up here. It's kind of pointless to show this. All right, cool. So I'm still pushing here. Yeah, I think we can really push all the way up here. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. I had to get it. It knocked me out of my regular position here on a regular contract. On the funded account showed you. I was in a regular contract down here. It knocked me out. I would have been riding this whole wave up. So I had to get it back. That's why I got back in. I mean, a nice little entry. I got in. Can't even tell you where I got in right now, but you saw where I got in. And let's just see if we can push higher. Run this wave. Yeah, I like how this 5-minute candle closed. It closed strong. This is showing the likelihood to continue going higher. It's also easier to stay bullish when you look at all the other pairs like S&P 500, US 30. Like, ask yourself what liquidity pools are going after. If you see they're obviously all going after or all being bullish, then there's no need to try to switch course and go short for no reason. One good hint is what are the other pairs doing? If all the other, maybe you can't tell what Nasdaq wants to do. Maybe you can't tell what S&P 500 wants to do. Look at US 30. Look at all of them. What is an obvious target going for? If you look at S&P 500 right now, it's still going for its highs. Look at US 30. It's after some highs. Nasdaq is probably going to have momentum to continue going higher. And there we go. Still pushing. Now the question is, do we get to 20,700? Why not? It could happen. Doesn't have to happen. So those that were short here that had a stop loss probably moved to here and they got fucked. Excuse my language. Then some big money probably has liquidity, stop losses here. Or will pull out of their positions if it goes above here. I'm really of the opinion that we can go all the way to 20,720. No, wait till I get mama right. Doing this live in front of you guys. Feeling just smacking the marks. I'm like, give me that. All the pain these markers put us through. Oh, I gotta get my get back, man. Nah. Okay. Ideally, it does not need to come back below for me. I don't care if it's run lower. If it does decide to do so. Remember, in the 4-hour fair value gap, so that could make it harder to just go straight up higher. Man, drop a comment, drop a like, whatever it is. If you're getting some value from this, you're watching me call the market live, give you some logic behind it, highlight things beforehand. It's a beautiful thing. And me giving the logic. The logic is what's important. Okay, I don't like how price is reacting here. Personally. So it fell short of hitting that fair value gap on the 30-second chart. And at this point, it's completed its market maker buy model for me based off the seconds chart. Now we're just watching the 5 minute, see if it wants to complete its market maker buy model. So I'm going to erase some of this. I should have taken a screenshot of this actually. It's too ugly, it's a lot, but so I'm still going to take a screenshot. Okay. Don't be surprised if price. I'm not saying it's gonna do it, but part of me is like, okay, let's just say they want to continue to move higher in the PM session. They could just draw this all the way back lower, and then hit like this level here, which would be a 5 minute order block, 50-minute fair value gap, and continue pushing higher, or just continue to move higher now. But part of me, again, we've completed the 30-second market maker buy model when around at these highs. The 5 minute might be a little bit longer and consolidated, and it might cause a deeper retracement first before continuing higher. So that's what I'm battling right now. If I want to be part of that weight. I do got to drop, guys. I will try to make a video explaining my trade later today, but I do have to drop. Again, like and subscribe if you got some value from this one.